Where were we now in our Bible discussion? Do you remember? Some of these side excursions helped us though, don't they? You know, you can be unconsciously led of the Spirit and not even realize it. Remember, I was preaching one time. Well, I'll tell you where it was. I don't mind telling you. In Jacksboro, Texas. Month of December of 1950. The pastor had said to me, Brother Hagin, come to us. Their church wasn't so large as churches that I was being in, but he said, I'll tell you what we'll do. I've talked to the board. Said ordinarily he hadn't been pastor there long. Said they say they take up an evangelist offering Tuesday night, Friday night, and Sunday night. But I said to him, now Brother Hagin coming, and this is his word, not mine. Now somebody of his caliber, we ought to do better. He said, now actually, they say the most we've ever paid any evangelist is $90 a week, and I know you can't get by on that. But he said, so I said to him, we'll take the offering up on Monday night for expenses. We don't have any expenses much, a little advertisement, little extra lights and gas, wintertime, you know. Electricity and gas wasn't as high then, it's very cheap. More you use, the cheaper it got. And so he said, every other night, Tuesday, we had Saturday night service too. Every offering's Brother Hagin's. Now that's the agreement. Board agreed to it. Now here I'm preaching one night. Had nothing to do with my sermon whatever. Nothing whatever to do with my sermon. Suddenly, I stopped preaching. Run down off the platform. How come me to do it? I don't know yet. Run down off the platform and sat down by a fellow. There's a little bench over on the side here, and he's on that bench. There's just enough room, me barely on the end without falling off. Not really enough room to sit. And I sat down by this fellow, and I don't know how come it to. Just looked at him and said, you know, some folks trying to steal my money. Yeah, that's what I said. Some folks trying to steal my... I noticed he turned every color but white. I didn't know he was one of the board members. I didn't know who the board members was. I said, you know, they'll call an evangelist like me here and say, now you can have every offering. Except Monday night. And then the money starts coming in. You get $200 or $300 in when the week's not out yet. Looks like you're going to make $400 this week. 1950, that's a lot of money. And I said, some deacon will get together and have said, oh, that's too much money. We ought to keep half of that. I said, that's stealing. Just got up and run back up on the platform. The pastor after said, my God, Brother Hagin, that fella you run down there and sat down beside is one of the deacons. He called a meeting before church tonight and said we ought to keep half of the money. See? I didn't hear any voice or have any... Yeah, I just sort of unconsciously, you know, didn't know I was going to do it. Just suddenly inspired to do it. But he said one of the other deacons that ran the filling station said to him, said, why, brother, that would be stealing. We've already told the man you get every dime that comes in. Yeah, I said, he won't know how much come in, though. We'll just give him half of it and put the other half in the church treasury. He won't even know it. But one of the other deacons said, wow, you just might as well come by my filling station tonight after church and with a gun and rob it. See, we need to be honest about these things. Say amen if you can. You can't say oh me. Whether we're preachers or who we are. We took up an offering here yesterday, but we put every single penny right where it's at. And that's one thing you'll find out about us. If you don't believe it, you ask any of our folks. It has to do with the money. The money goes exactly where it's supposed to go. Amen. Well, let's see if we can get back here to our notes here. I mean, we wander afar here, but God has a purpose in it a lot of times. Just like He had purpose trying to help that poor deacon that's about to become a thief. Now, first of all, the inward witness. Secondly, the inward voice, which is the still small voice, or the voice of your own spirit speaking to your mind. Thirdly, the Spirit of God speaking to your spirit, which is a little stronger voice, a more of authoritative voice. Sometimes it'll be so real you'll almost look around to see who said it. You'll almost think that it was audibly for a while.